Now, just so you don't miss out on what's happening tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a link. You can sign up if you would like, but this is to be notified on what's happening. So sign up. There y'all are. Here I am. Happy Feral Monday. Something from Rokael Beauty is coming tomorrow. Are y'all ready? I don't know if y'all are ready. I don't know. I was saying we were gonna have chaos. So if a little bit creeps here, that's gonna be okay. We can always wipe it away, but we definitely don't want it on that area. Mixing too much skincare, eyeshadow bases, mixing too much on the thin skin that is the eye area, it can always end up in chaos. It can be one of the reasons your eyeshadow base is not wearing. It could be one of the reasons your eyeshadow is creasing. So that's really something to keep in mind. But I definitely want it to be very full coverage, and I don't want to see any of my veins. I want it to look very full coverage from my socket to my brow bone. So I want to do a taupey shimmery smoky eye. I just want to use these two shades from the palette, but then I want to use this underneath it. I like these as a base. They're really pretty. I like them alone, but as a base, I'm really having fun with them. That's a really pretty taupe color. But I don't want to put that all the way up to my brow bone. It's very dark. So let's first start with a little bit of clean canvas. But what is really important here is I don't want this to mix into my other base. So I'm going to take that and we're going to put it on the exposed part here. And when I say exposed part, I mean I'm not going to put it on my lid, and I'm not going to really put it in my socket. So I'm gonna do this with my eye open, but and if a little bit gets on there, easy to wipe away. But I don't want it to mix into the other base I'm about to apply, because not only will it lighten this base, but it's gonna change the formula, and then we could have creasing and patchiness. I also kind of wanted to experiment more with blush and maybe even the lips today. So that's why I'm not doing an absolutely crazy eye look. This is such a great brush for small areas on the face and concealing. So even what we did here, even though that's an eyeshadow base, we concealed that area. So this is an ultimate concealer brush. And you might be thinking, wow, it's really small. I wanted that because these are small areas. And with a larger brush, you're not able to smooth that out. And remember, the smoother the makeup, the concealer, the liquid, the smoother that is over these really thin areas, the better that's gonna wear. So you might have a concealer brush right now. I don't have one over there. It might be nice, but you might still be seeing creasing. If you use a smaller brush, because right now where I'm at in my life, there's fine lines. It's happening. It's happening, y'all. But whenever I just smooth this out, my concealer wears so much better. And of course, fibers, this brush just doesn't absorb things, but it's all about the small, tiny brush. So now I'm gonna wipe my brush off on Sheila. That way I'm not mixing the clean canvas, but again, like I said, they just don't absorb, so a couple wipes and you're good to go. We're gonna switch over to this Merit eyeshadow, and I used this the other day. I used it for a wing, and I kind of smudged a wing. I need to do that look too, but I loved the color so much. I picked up the tiniest amount, and we're just gonna take this on our lid. Notice these pressing motions. So let's just take that all the way up into our crease. And that can peek out just a hair. Just a hair. So did any of y'all catch that cat Jean at the beach? You know what else might be sabotaging your eyeshadow is too much skincare on your lids. Take a tissue and just lightly dab them. You can even split that tissue in half and just lightly blot it, like we were taught many years ago to blot our lipstick. Kind of do that same thing on your lids. You would be surprised how much eye cream is too much eye cream. So now I'm gonna grab my Fall Romance palette. I'm actually gonna be posting another eyeshadow look tonight with this palette, and I use the greens. It's gonna be an ad, but it's a beautiful eyeshadow palette, and it feels very incredible that one of my favorite brands partnered with me for me just to do what I do, put on eyeshadow. It's incredible. So So I'm gonna grab, this would say add if this was an ad, it'd be right there. It would say add boldly. This isn't, this is just me using these two colors. So I wanna grab this color, and then I'm just gonna start to press that first into the socket. I'm just gonna use the inner rush brush. Because again, this is still gonna be a very smoky look, but it's not gonna be super intricate for me. And let's just soften that. Look how beautifully that melted together. And I'm using the tip of the brush and I'm just pressing it and softening. Isn't that pretty? I feel like we don't even, I'm adding shimmer, but you don't need the shimmer. It's just so pretty together. Now, let's take this color, just have it on the side of the brush. Gotta find it, there it is. And I don't know how much I wanna apply. I think I just wanna do a light dusting of it in the center. And I'm doing this before that cream shadow completely sets, so it really grabs it. And that's a tiny amount. We can build it up. I'm trying to decide if yay. That's really pretty. I feel like I haven't used this color yet. The shade in the palette's called Smoke. So pretty. And when I'm sweeping back and forth like that, I'm holding it very far back. That way I don't lift that shadow, and it's very, very light pressure. We'll put some on our inner corner way later. So then I think I'm gonna do the same technique. So I did go ahead and shut this. It's always good to shut your creams. It's really important. So let's go ahead and do a wing, but we're not gonna worry about it being perfect. The only part I want to really be perfect is the bottom part. Up here doesn't matter. Okay, see that? That's fine. This is really good if you're still struggling. This is a really good, fun way to kind of get a little bit of that wing situation. Again, does not matter. And then I just cleaned it up. Micellar water here on my C30. Now grab an E27. This brush is key, it really is. We're gonna go into it. We're gonna load up our brush. This is that same shade of the Merit one. And then all I did was just kind of press on top, and it just fills in gaps, and it looks so smudgy, and it looks so good. All we wanna leave out is that bottom line. I definitely recommend doing this into the mirror and not your phone. It's so fun, it's so easy, and it hides all the mistakes, but it's just so pretty and smudgy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that the lash line's nice and coated, and I'm just using this. So while I'm putting lash glue on my lashes, Duo, Line It, Lash It, this is the clear one. So Gene went with us on our little vacation. He went everywhere. He even went to the beach. He went everywhere with us. But I got in that backpack, and by the time he had gotten in it 3 times, he would just hop in it. I should have got a video of that. Honestly, I try to live in the moment, but I promised y'all Gene footage while I was gone, and I don't think I disappointed. I really don't. But he's so smart and he's so calm. I've just never seen a cat like him, and I've had cats in my lifetime, and he's different. So now I'm all excited because he loves the backpack, and I think because I wear it on the front, and he just wants to like snuggle, and Ben wears it on the front too, and he's just like, I love this. So he's just ready to go. So more Gene adventures coming your way. So it's actually starting to get a little bit cooler for now, for today. It was in the 80s. And I kind of want to start taking him to more places, like obviously eat outside with him, take him, because he just loves it. We went out to eat, obviously we sat outside, but we went out to eat while we were out there, and he was just like loving it. He's a dog. Is he awake? Oh, he's grooming. I was starting to miss my Rokael Beauty lashes in Moonlight. So let's pinch those on. Pinch, pinch, pinch. There he is. They got new beds. They love them. Actually, Doug's not in it. Normally he's in it. He's sleeping next to it. You can see his little feet. There he is. He's normally in it. Jean, you're too much. You keep taking a bath. Actually, another fun fact, and we'll get back to makeup, but y'all seem to like Jean as much as I do. A lot of you were asking about the sand on Jean, because of course Dougie, he'll take a bath. Y'all, Jean don't care. I rinsed him off. He doesn't care. He'll take a bath. I love that kitty. So he's not sandy. I was able to just rinse him. I love this formula. It's going to look a little too warm, but only for a second, because like I always tell y'all, see, that was it initially. You gotta wait for things to dry down. I feel like this is a different shade than what I had. It is. This is medium 1. So I was wearing light, but it's too light for me now. And this just came in the mail. They did send this to me. This is from Yensa. And at one time, this was one of my most reached for foundations. So I'm kind of excited. It smells like skincare. It's not heavily fragrance, but it smells like skincare. I love this smell. And it does wear beautifully. I will say that I feel like this would be a foundation better for balanced to dry skin types. It does have quite a bit of hydration in there. So I found this, and I wanted to use my Studio Fix concealer, the shade that I have chosen to use here, NW28. Let's go ahead and do some highlighting in the center as well. I like to go a little bit more full coverage on my Feral Mondays. And that placement, that's gonna bring light to the center of our face. We'll use our C31. This is the same one I used for the eyeshadow. That super smoky eyeshadow. Not only that, we get really nice precision here. Gotta get rid of my whiskers here. So I just kind of do an initial smooth here. Definitely work it around the fine lines and these hard to reach areas like here with our C31. And this is actually very quick, because I know a lot of you are thinking that's going to take forever. Well, we really only need to focus on these really small areas and where we have the fine lines, or maybe we have smile lines. That would be a really great place to focus with the C31. But once you have it worked in, all you do is you take your C42 and then you just blend these much larger areas into your foundation. So it's actually very quick. I find it even quicker. So I went ahead and I took this, okay? We're gonna press it underneath here. And I'm gonna do this before I even set my concealer so it'll blend in really nicely. Let's go ahead and connect it. Now, I have all my contacts here, but I'm still going to just ever so lightly pull this down, okay? I'm pulling down my waterline there, right? Very gently, not harsh on the eye, nothing scary. And all I'm doing is I'm just gonna smudge my waterline a little bit. Nice. So if I'm wanting just a little bit more coverage and I want a pink under eye, I've been reaching for this powder. So what I mean by coverage, it has a lot of pigment to it, so it's gonna even continue to make this look a little bit more full coverage. Make sure we even that out. I also wanna go back in and make sure that this is nice and smoothed. Nice. Now let's just go ahead and set it. Now our under eye looks like a filter. Now, let's grab that same shade that we kind of blurred with, and we're gonna press that underneath here. This is so important if you wear contacts, or even if not. We don't wanna fluff anything into our eye, because that could make our eye water, and then we could ruin all of that hard work that we've done. So I think I wanna do a little bit of a draping moment. I have lots of videos on that on Reels. And I also feel like TikTok has gotten really easy to search. I feel like IG's trying to get easier to search. You could just go search draping. I'll type it out here. So this is probably one of my favorite shades of blush and formula ever. It's from Valentino Beauty. It's a very spicy price, but I've never seen a formula like this yet. So I'm gonna start by just placing it here. Totally transforms. I just think this is so much fun to do. And then we'll just apply it here. I'm not gonna go too wild. I know you're probably thinking that's already wild, my wild. But I could build this up and we could look like we were from the late 80s. Ooh, that's pretty. And I wanted to do this before I did any bronzer. That way I'll use less bronzer. I usually wind up using less bronzer when I do this. Oh, that's so pretty. So now let's take the shade Stone. That's what's in the center of our lid, and let's put that towards the inner corner here. So now let's do some bronzer. I'm gonna use M36 from Beauty, my favorite. Grab that on our C40. Start to warm up the perimeter here. I love bronzing. I love blush. I think I love blush more than I love anything. Remember, I'm not shaping here. I'm creating that cohesive look, so it's all flowing down to my chest. Putting bronzer there is not contouring. So remember I mentioned I want to do something a little bit more drastic with my lips. I've used the other shade. So I bought 2 of these at Ulta. Oh, I love that. They smell like cherries. So I tried Cherry Pick, but today we're gonna use the shade, oh, I had it wrong. So they're called Cherry Picks, that's why they smell like that. But the shade I'm using today is called Wicked Apple, and then this one is Cherry Good. So let's go ahead and throw this on. Look how pigmented they are. Oh, they're so pretty. I love. All right, well, we're gonna grab a dark lip liner. It's from NYX too. Let me find it. Put this away. Oh, it feels so good too. It's not sticky at all. I feel like the lip just tied this together. This is what I envisioned today. So I'm gonna take this NYX lip liner. This shade is called Rebel Kind. And we're just gonna take that and really perfect and blend. If you ever wonder why do I do this after, it's because it actually makes the lip liner so much easier to perfect. Don't you judge me. And it makes that lip liner glide on so much easier. This lip, it's lipping. I feel like it looks more messy and more uncomfortable than what it is. It doesn't even feel like, it feels like a lip treatment. It feels like I have this on. I can't explain to you. It's so nice. These are really, really, really nice. I want to get more colors. I kind of want to get all the colors. I really like the way they feel, and I feel like they're super pigmented, and they can be extreme, or we could have just sheared this out and put it on really quickly, no lip liner, and it would have just been a really nice wash of color. So I feel like it's a really multi-purpose product. I love it. So that's today's look, but I want to do another spicy look tomorrow, okay? Listen, I am so excited for this collection. I don't normally get excited for collections. I don't hype them. I am excited for this collection. I've talked to y'all, I've told y'all before, I'm not a Disney girly. I'm really not, but I just think this is such a pretty palette. It's so cool. Oh my God, it's so cool toned. And these colors are just, they're so pretty, and they're gonna be so much fun. I wanna do a look with this tomorrow. I'm so excited. I really just wanna throw on a black base, because even the Super Shocks in this are just, they're speaking to me. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This collection spoke to me. All right, that's gonna be it for today's tutorial. I will save this to YouTube. If you're looking for some tutorials, check YouTube. I'll leave the link right here. There's endless there now. That's where all of the stories have been going, except for Thursdays. I don't put Thursdays there, but that's where all the looks have been going, is right there. And this shade too, you're gonna have to see it with back camera. It's honestly, the only way to describe this color is ghostly, because it's actually super, super blue in certain lighting, and then it's white and transparent. It's so cool. It's called Creepin'. You can't really see the actual how blue it is. It's even more blue than that. It's so cool. It's honestly just ghostly. It's so pretty. I'm excited. So I want to use that tomorrow. I'm going to go take this off and film some more stuff. Y'all get ready for tomorrow. There's a surprise. I'm so excited. In case nobody has told you today, I love you, and I love you very much. I'll see you tonight in the comments.